Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we will kind of continue arrays. There's quite a bit to kind of cover on arrays, but what I'd like to just show you now is how to pass arrays into methods and using methods with arrays. So we can make a couple methods here just to kind of outline the whole usage of them. We will just pass them in now. We'll do something with just a method, no return type for now. Just we'll pass them in and just kind of go through it. So let's just say we have an array that we're working with. We'll create a string array and we'll make it with some names again. Or say cars. We'll just say cars equal to, and we'll add some car names in here, or manufacturers maybe. Here we go. Let's see if we can spell these all right. Nope. Porsche. Okay, we won't do that then. We'll say, yeah, we'll have to put that in. Subaru. Won't use that either. I don't really want to try to spell some exotic wacky names right now. Bugatti. I was gonna put Koenigsegg, but that'd be a crazy one too. So I just want to kind of make it so at least I got names that are typical or right at least. What else we got we can put in there? Stuff like that. Alright, not a big deal. You can pick whatever car names you like or whatever. It's I just wanted to go with some kind of different data to store for now. So what we can do now is we're going to start using methods. We'll pass in values. We'll pass in the array to our method. And what we'll do is just create a public static void method. We'll just say print array. Alright, we'll call it the print array method, and this will be what we use when we would like to print out our array. Now the same thing, same kind of rules apply. We have to use the type that we are actually going to send into ours. We can overload them as well, but we have a string array, alright, and it's just called cars. Okay, so again, that works because it's outside the scope of the main method, right? It's inside the scope of the actual public class learning, so that's still going to work fine. It is now this cars string array is actually belonging to this method, so it'll work. So now we can actually come in here and we're just going to simply print it out, so we can use the for each loop. And we can just say string, and we'll say car, give it the full colon, put cars in there, and then we can come here and just print out each of our cars. Okay, so car, we'll just do print line, we'll just actually print it out, it's not a big deal. So, oh, no, there, now we can do it. We printed out this value, right? We don't want to print out the actual array, we want to print out the string value, or the string variable only, the single variable, each time the array goes through. Alright, so then in our, up here, we have to now call it and then use it. Okay, and it's just a method with no return. It's just going to print for us, so we don't have to collect anything, we don't have to do anything. We just have to say print array, give it the brackets, and now we have to pass our array into it, and just simply there, cars. You don't have to add these extra parameters or the extra pieces to it. The full name of the array is cars, so that's typically how you would go about doing so. And we can actually just run that up now. And there you go. We got all of our cars printed out the way we would like them to be printed out. So now we can also make different types of methods if we would like to talk about, you know, if you want to make it, this is a print one that just kind of prints it out. If you want to print every odd one, we can create a new method for that as well. If you would like to do all sorts of different methods that we've had available to us, you can start making them into methods now, and then you don't always have to go and make that loop to do so, right? This is going to be iterating through the whole of it. So if that's not something that you were looking to do and you wanted to, you know, go with a different type of an array, we can actually do the print array. And this is where it gets kind of trippy, because you got to actually have it so that it takes in different values, right? Or else then it's not an overloaded method. So we can, this one for this, we're actually going to use it as more of a functional one. And you got to have an idea of what you're looking to actually accomplish here, right? If we want to overload this, you'd have to change this around. And for this matter, it works. But say if we wanted to actually print out, you know, just any type of an array, and this form, so that this is for a string, right? And this would be the print array that works for just strings. It makes sense to have it as cars, but we can just say args here so that it's okay. We can use args in here, and then we can just use this as we can call it L, you know, element or something, to make it more usable for all types of string arrays, because this is only pertaining to our actual car array, right? So if we ever, you know, we wanted to make a whole new one, we can come down here and we say, you know, this is a string and this is all the movies or something, you know, this is the whole works of movies that you got at home, and I really don't know what to put here. Put something like that. A lot of people probably don't like these ones. Pretty dumb one there. Have to put it in though. And that's good enough, right? So we can actually just now, you know, print out that array. We can come down and we can say, we'll give it an actual system .out.print line, and we'll just say with a new line here. Well, this is a new line, and either way we'll just leave it with the new line, it don't matter. And now we can actually stick this one in here and just run that one, right? So that's kind of the handiness of having the methods, right? I've hoped that you at this point see how very useful methods are. Now we can print off two different types of methods, or different arrays, but they're technically the same, because like they kind of get the string values, so this will work, right? If you wanted to, you could actually overload this itself, and now we can just say this is a double, right? And now we'd have to actually change this one to a double. Okay, so that's now for that. And now you got another one here. We can say this is for integers. Change this to int. And there we go. And then we could copy this one. And now we have all these overloaded methods that now will allow us to add any one of the types of arrays in and quickly print it out. Okay, so it's kind of an easy way to get things done. We can call this short. Make this a short. It depends on how far you want to go with each of them. You definitely could use them. They're not so widely used when it comes down to it anymore. But they do have their place in time. So then you can go boolean, and we can put a boolean here. And there we go. We got pretty much all of them, except now we can actually put in We can do a float here if that matters. We can drop this one down and turn this to char. Spelling it right. There. So now we overloaded every single one very quickly. We got all these overloaded methods that will basically read out any type of array that we wish to throw at it. So now if we went in here and we said double, and this was just prices, and we filled it with a bunch of prices. And again, we don't generally do this part of it here where we're adding these prices ourselves, but normally you usually get a user and a computer program that kind of go hand in hand. So but for this purpose and just showing you how these things work, I find it a little easier to just work it this way. And again, we can just jump down here, and if overloaded methods was kind of weird to you at first, I hope that it kind of maybe opens up the way it works here for you a little nicer. So now you can see we can use still that same method name. It doesn't actually use the same method, it goes down to the overloaded version of the method, but we have our price list here, we have our movies, we have our cars, right? So that's kind of the power of passing arrays in. That's very easy, very simple to do, quick and easy stuff. It's pretty much it about the video. These are that's pretty much a print array for every one of them. You can get fancier if you want to do fancier things in here, like print out the odd ones, print out the even ones. There's different things you can obviously do, but that's pretty much it for now. If you want to take any of the other stuff that we've learned in the other ones about like odd and even elements and stuff and incorporate them into your own methods, methods are always good, man. Making a method for yourself and kind of piecing those little pieces together, you can always keep those and bring them into other programs with you. And when we start learning about some more advanced topics like classes and stuff, then it's going to really start to bring you together, and all this code that you've been creating, you can just kind of really work it in and piece it together to make actually some really wicked programs. So that's pretty much it for now. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments or future idea topics, put in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, check out the rest of the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video.